Mine made the brand. Free duck, yeah. Yeah. I can't stop, I got a grunt tryna make it to the top. They looking at me like I'm crazy, man, yeah, maybe, but I'm amazing. God made me who I am. Yeah, you know I'm him. Yeah, I'm a king, not a pimp. Driving straight to the rim. No, I can't stop, I'm just me. And the game just King John. Mom made the mixtape volume 2, man. Stop playing with me. Yeah. We gotta start it off right. Shout out Sada Baby, man. I fuck with you. Block party, that's my goal to get us all together. So hot when it's cold, bitch, I change the weather. Was a sinner caught on God, man, it made me better. Know a nigga shotgun close range and here to tell it. Know a nigga got shot at a gun range, now he up in heaven. You gotta know your life path, and I'm here to tell it. 7 King, my made, boy, they getting jealous. I could kill another nigga beat or do it acapella. Blessings pouring down, I don't need no umbrella. Niggas talking tough, calm down, big fella. That's one for my little sister Gabby. She tougher than your little brother. I love my little sisters. R.P. Savage, we gon' always have each other. And yes, I love my mother, I would never want another. What do you expect? My whole family so butter. The other side gutter. Shout out my big brother. Got shot in the eye, but still screaming, fuck him. Free done, check away. They too real, they had to book him. And parents, your kids, you gotta whoop them. If not, the streets gon' do it. Tryna stop sinning, but my drink's still full. No one is killing me. Welcome to Mom Made TV. This your boy King John, and we at Zai Smoke Shop in Killeen, Texas, and I'm here with Zonya. And how you doing today, sister?
All right, and yourself?
Good. I wanted to come in. I appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to come into your shop today and sell my books. I wanted to know, how did you get started into creating this building?
Okay, well, I got started with this business with a tragedy, actually. My son got killed in 2020. This was one of his things that he wanted to do. So I went ahead and opened it up in 2020, actually. But that's how we got started.
Okay. So what was the process like getting started? And
I actually, to be honest, I had tunnel vision. I know I went and got the LLC. You definitely have to do that. You have to get your name before anything. And then you just have to get your license and just basically find your spot and open it up.
Yes. Okay. So I want to ask you this. What is your, like, when you got started and everything like that, did you just jump into it? Did you have a...
I did.
Okay, cool. So you took a leap of faith?
Yes,
okay.
Because my son, actually, he passed in June of 2020. Shop got opened in December of 2020. Okay. So I jumped in it.
Got you.
Yes, it was like no tunnel vision all the way. So yeah, I took a very big leap of faith.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that'll lead me to my next question to you. Do you believe in God? And if you believe in God, what is your moral standards and belief system?
I do believe in God, but I'm still fighting right now with God.
Got you.
And that's only because of my tragedy.
Got you.
So it's kind of.
So when it comes to that, because that's a big thing. I lost my little brother in 2000,
okay.
And when that happens, it's a lot of things that change. So I want to know, what did you think with God when that happened? Like, what was your?
I was upset.
Got you.
I was upset. I questioned everything, you know, where they say don't question God, you know, it's all happens for a reason.
Yes.
But I still question it. I still question today, to this day.
What would be one of the questions that you had?
Why my only child?
Got you. So no, 100. So, and just to say, and this is only like on the show, I like to make sure we talk about everything, and really talk about the understandings about how God works. So I say, one thing that helped me was understanding, like, I was there with my little brother, so it was a little different because my mom, it hurt her really bad in a lot of different ways. So I can understand exactly, because I seen what she went through. So I can only imagine from her, when she went, seeing her and what she went through, how it could have affected you. So, and it's painful, you know. And one of the things that she had to realize is that God has a calling on all of our lives, and we get to choose whether or not we want to go in that route or we don't want to go in that route.
And I got to be around my little brother a lot. And one of the things that I learned about my little brother, that he was headstrong, and he knew what he wanted. He knew what he wanted out of life, and he understood that. And another thing, he also knew what he had to do to get there. And this world that we live in, when you want money and you want success and things like that, you have to kind of go with what the world wants, and you can feed them what they want, and they will then at that point give you back what you want in return. Yes. So he understood that, and he went out and he promoted himself a certain way, and that way that he promoted himself was in the street, and he wanted to hang around a lot of people who were actually into certain things like gang war and things like that, and he put himself around that and really tapped into that type of lifestyle, and the result of that was his life. So we can't, like in that situation, I can't say, okay, why God? You know what I'm saying? Nobody can say why God for real, but overall in that, I can't say why God, because I know he make his own decisions. And if I'm in the car with a drunk driver, I have to pay the consequences if he crash, and even if I'm not drunk. So what do you think about that concept? And I want to.
Well, see, mine is a little different because my son did get killed by a drunk driver. It wasn't him or anything. He was just in a car. Right. So it was 3 people in the car, and unfortunately, he was the only one that got killed. And the drunk driver, he lived also. So that's why I question. Yeah. Because he didn't make the choice to go out there to do something bad for him to get. You see what I'm saying? Yes. For him to get his life taken.
No, that's facts.
So,
And that's one of the hardest things to that God has us dealing with, is recognizing that we have a choice of what we do and who we surround ourselves with. And one of the things that people hate about the Bible, they hate it. I don't know why, but they do. But one of the things they say is like, why would God, kill somebody just because they did this or just because they did? Why would God want them dead? Well, if we allow negative energy or harmful energy around us, the result of it is that somebody innocent that's around this energy can be affected by this negative energy that's being put into this environment. So our job is to cleanse our environment and keep it clean. That's why God wanted the children of Israel in the Bible to cleanse themselves away from all the evil people in the world and not allow that amongst them. You know what I'm saying? So that it won't be nobody that's deciding to drink and drive, because that's not safe. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we have to recognize that part, and it's like we have free will, and God, and if we didn't have free will, then we'd be like, well, God, how you gonna just force me to do stuff? Like, but now we can do what we want. And we still find a way to blame, so but
yes,
so yes. And that leads me to another question. The community, in our community, we are kind of like all over the place. What do you think about our community as a Black community? How do we come together, and what do you think the issue of us coming together really is?
How we coming together? It's a lot of us out there trying. I do have a friend. I don't know if I can say his name on here, but I do have a friend that does a lot for the community. I try to help him out from time to time. So we do stuff like that to try to come together. We still have a long way to go, though, within the community. And to be honest, I really don't know what we can do. Yeah, I really don't. If anybody's open, I mean, we need to find it out.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's true.
We do. We really do.
I think I say this. People say that voting does not matter. They say the Electoral College controls that. We vote for the Electoral College. Like, people don't even know that. So if we vote for the Electoral College and we vote for every seat in the office, mayors, Senate, Congress, governors, all that, and we control our vote, and people so like that don't really matter. Do you know that people voted for Joe Biden for real? Michigan, people think that Trump got the election stolen. That can be some type of possible maybe, but honestly, I live in Michigan. Well, I'm from Michigan. And everybody there was hating me for saying I was voting for Kanye West, and I wasn't voting for neither Trump or, no, for real. I voted for Kanye. I wrote his name into the ballot and I voted for him. And they was so for Joe Biden, like, no, you should vote for Biden and Kamala. And I'm like, why? He told me that I'm not Black if I don't vote for him. How you gonna tell me I'm not Black because I don't vote for you, bro? You got me messed up. I want to just vote against you just for that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the issue. Like, the black people don't take responsibility for the mistakes they make.
Very influenced.
Yes.
Very influenced.
Yes.
Like, no, just, okay, well, so-and-so said this, we all gonna go this way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no one has their own, like, no, I want to go out. I think we're afraid of that, everybody looking at them like, no, they're crazy if they go this way. You know what I mean?
Facts.
It could be the right way. It's just that we're so worried about what other people think.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem.
So I say this then, what do you think we can do to help the kids in the next generation kind of not make the mistakes that we are already in right now? Like, how do we influence them? Because I feel like, honestly, one of the best things we can do is try to get the next generation ready for what we want to do right now. Because everybody right now that's adults, they not going to get with the program. So
the only thing we can do right now is try to be a positive influence right now. Like, who are they looking up to?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They watching us.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They watching us. So I say we just need to be a positive influence. Like, that's the only thing I can say right now. Just be a positive influence. Try to show them something other than the streets.
Yes.
Look, you can go and do this. Look at me.
Mm-hmm.
I did this. I ain't this out of my pocket.
If we take the kids and we get them to do what I'm saying voting wise, and we start raising up young mayors of cities, young senates, young Congress members, and we into making a future where we pick the right people that's going to be in these seats. We have the power. The government has so much power that we don't even know because we're not in a position to understand how much power we have as a people. Because we are the government, like, you know what I'm saying. So we can literally make what you call community centers, where inside those community centers in every single city, you got stuff where people can come make their own shirts, their own books, their own music, they play games and do all type of stuff for kids that really want to have something constructive to do after school. Exactly. We can do that.
That's something we need to do too.
Yes, we can do that.
That's something else positive that we need to put out there.
Facts. So if you had time to sit in front of the entire world, this is the last question I ask you. And you got the time to speak to everybody, what would you tell them? What would be a message that you would tell the entire world to try to change it in one day?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
No, that's a good question.
Yeah, it definitely. I want to know.
Oh man, to try to change everybody right now. Just one thing I can say, and just love, like love. Like, we need to have more love in this world instead of everybody thinking we can just take everybody out.
Facts.
You know what I mean? We need to start loving each other.
That'll lead me to the last question. I said that's the last one, but what is love to you, quickly? And we end it with that.
Oh man, it's like unconditional. It's like helping each one teach one. You know what I mean? Like, helping this person. You say they down, come on now, show them some love. Show love. My son used to say that, so I'm in with that. Show love.
Okay, this is my mate too. I want to hug.
Yeah, all right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, so we gonna get out of here, y'all, and I appreciate y'all. Come down here and check it out, and we gonna get y'all.
Hazard Smoke Shop.
Hazard Smoke Shop in Killeen, Texas.
Yeah.
Tired of the same old things, living at the bottom, thinking things won't change. Gotta grind all day. Gotta grind all day. Gotta grind all day.
Bossed up, man, had to get the money. They talk tough, but they bitches really love me. I called God up, told him fix it all for me. Mind made up, block the question marks for me. They only know real when they get it a little cutty. Lost over bitches, man, this shit ain't even funny. Sell they old soul if they get a little attention.
Mom made the brand. Free duck. Yeah. I can't stop, I gotta grind, tryna make it to the top. They looking at me like I'm crazy, man, yeah, maybe, but I'm amazing. God made me who I am, yeah, you know I'm him. Yeah, I'm a king, not a pimp. Driving straight to the rim, no, I can't stop, I'm just me.